So you're out exploring one of the 4 biomes that has the new storm feature enabled in it. And then you hear this god-awful sound, letting you know that you have about a minute to get to safety. Now, of course, the obvious, easy way to avoid the storm is just to run your happy little butt right back out of the biome, and the storm resets, and you are good to go. That's the quick and easy way to get away from the storms. But if you insist on being a masochist and staying in the same biome and then trying to survive the storm, let's see what other methods you have here. The other obvious solution for surviving a storm is to do exactly what it says and to seek shelter. Now, of course, if you can find a teeny tiny little house like this, a little bathroom or a little 2x2 to hide inside, you're pretty much good to go. If you decide to try and take on a POI and you only have a minute to clear it out before all the zombies decide that you don't need to be in there with the storm, well, then I pity you, and I hope you're fully stocked on ammo because everything's going to be trying to kick you out in the middle of the storm. So, try and find a small little shelter like this and you are safe from the storm. But let's say you want to get a little crazy instead. So you got the alert that you got less than a minute left, and you got a whole bunch of building blocks. Let's see if you could quickly build yourself a tiny little structure here, just a place to kind of hide out long enough for the storm to pass over. You should be pretty good to go. So you don't have to worry too much about how it looks again, and building blocks will work just fine. It doesn't have to be super stylish. Let's see, put you up there, then we'll go straight across. Put you right over there, and go, whoops. Right over there and go straight across, and then we can have ourselves a nice little roof and see if this will actually protect us with this teeny tiny little bit of protection that we do have. Put you right there and you right there in just the nick of time. So we're inside pretty much a very large size coffin, but we are indoors. Let's see if this will help protect us from the storms or not. There you go. You are safe from the storm. Ta-da! You made yourself a tiny little coffin to hide in, a little 3x3. You could make it, a 3x3 with one tiny little hole to sit in, not a big deal. Now, it has to be completely contained, because if you take off one of the walls at all, so you have even a tiny little window, you're going to start taking damage. So make sure you leave the block back up there, and then you are safe from the storm until it finally passes over. But let's say you want to get a little bit crazier. So now you got the countdown. There's no POIs anywhere around here, and maybe you don't feel like trying to build yourself a quick little house. Can you dig a small hole and consider that to be safe? So we'll get down far enough here to where we can get completely underground. Shouldn't take more than about 3 blocks worth. And drop inside. Bloop. Hello, we need to go down one more. And we're good to go. So down in a hole. We may have to go one more. No, I could put that there. We'll crouch down and we are good to go. We are even more in a little bit of a coffin. But let's see if this will work. If we just dig ourselves underground and put a block over the top, if it'll actually work or not. There you have it. Storm rage is on. You're 2 blocks underground basically, and you are safe. But again, if you take the block off or you don't completely cover yourself up, the storm is going to get you. So you can dig a little 3-block hole and put a block over the top of it and you're good to go, and you can just hang out in here. Now, of course, this is probably the least safe spot in the entire universe you could hide, because zombies can dig and you're only covered up by a piece of cardboard. So if you should happen to stumble upon a random horde, let's just hope to God they don't find you, or you're going to be trapped in a teeny tiny little hole with a whole bunch of pissed off zombies in a storm. But let's say you want to get a little bit crazy and survive the storm. So now you want to do something completely illogical, and you just want to build a massive tower. So you're going to nerd pull yourself up to the maximum height that you can actually build in this world, which is about 254 meters up, 255 meters off the ground. Because for some reason you're a little bit of a masochist, you think, hey, maybe I can climb outside the storm. If you go high enough, you should be above the clouds, and you shouldn't take any damage. So let's see if your craziness pays off or not. Your craziness didn't pay off. Now you're 255 meters above the ground and still going to be taking damage as soon as the storm gets here, which is currently here. So every few seconds you're going to be taking damage, except for you're high enough up you can't see the ground now. So your crazy little design did not work. Way to go. So the moral of the story is, if you want to escape the storm, you can dig a tiny little hole and hide of it, and you're good to go. You cannot climb up out of it by climbing all the way to heaven, so let's go ahead and remove that, and just remove that as a complete possibility here. You can run inside a POI as long as some other zombies aren't claiming it as their own house, or you can just run your happy butt straight up out of the biome entirely, and you're good to go. So, any other thoughts on ideas that you have to escape the storm? I'd like to hear them in the comments down below. But hopefully this will help you guys new to the game to explore the new biomes with the storms on and figure out how to be able to survive them. So if you found the video useful, do me a favor and leave a like on it. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys for being here, and you guys have a wonderful day.